What's up, YouTube? Welcome in for some more Gold Stake Balatro. This video is a part of what is currently my longest Gold Stake win streak thus far, and in this run, we play on the Painted deck, and are presented with a very odd run for the Painted deck specifically, where we end up being able to play pairs. Normally, I'd advise against this on the Painted deck since its increased hand size usually makes it the perfect deck for bigger hands like 2-pair or straights, but on this particular run, everything falls into place for pairs, so I don't argue. Catch my streams every day except Sunday, and subscribe for more daily Balatro content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the video. We're going to take this, and then we'll go into the big blind. We need a straight and a flush, or 2 flushes, or what have you. I can go for the full house here. Great tag on ante 1. It does kill the win streak. I actually don't know if it does, but I don't see why it wouldn't. So I'm hesitant to reset. But I don't reset anyway, just because, like, you know. If you want to reset, I'm not dissing you. Like, if you like resetting when you play Gold Stake, that's completely fine. I swear I'm not dissing. I just think it's cringe. I just don't like resets. Investment tag, top 2 skips. True. What's up, Unknown? It's going all right so far. Okay. Shoot the Moon, in theory, is good because we have extra hand size, so we can hold on to more queens, but I think it's bait because this wants us playing like pairs and high cards and stuff like that, and unless we literally get Baron, I think Shoot the Moon's pretty bad. Also, we only have 4 queens, so even with the increased hand size, this has not the biggest chance in the world to whiff, but still like a pretty decent chance to whiff, which I don't love. Let's crack the Buffoon pack here. Probably we also take the rental business card that's in the shop, just because why not? Okay, so do we want to money max or do we want plus mult? This is once again one of those runs where this is like a considerable crossroads. Maybe because these aren't eternal, it's far less of a crossroads than our checkered deck run. But this is definitely already a crossroads here. The halvesies gets us out of probably the next like 2 to 3 blinds. On Painted deck also, we could probably reliably play 3 of a kinds, and if we did that, then halvesies kind of works for the entire run. Or at the very least until we pivot to like full X-Mult, because on Painted deck, you're probably going to be playing bigger hands, so you're going to be relying more on tarot cards. Or Pareidolia if we just ship a bunch of flushes with the... I said we were going to take the business card that's in the shop anyway. With the Pareidolia, just every single card that we play has a chance to give us $2. So this is essentially, do we want stability or do we want lots of money? I think if we didn't have an investment tag, because on Painted deck, I'm not worried about this boss. I didn't even check the boss. The window's completely fine. On Painted deck, we can see enough cards and build enough 5-card hands to where we can get out of this blind, this boss, like super freely. So maybe if we didn't already have the investment tag, I would take the Pareidolia here, but probably I don't need the Pareidolia if I have this investment tag. So probably let's go for halvesies for stability, and then we can take this business card anyway, just for a little bit of a cash injection. And then I don't really want to pay rent on this guy, and I don't think I need to, especially with the investment tag, so probably I just sack some hands to this guy to get business card money, and then eventually we just play like this three of a kind 9s. Should just get us out of the blind. So let's ship this high card. Wow, I'm getting turbo scammed. That's so sick. Can I redeem for next deck, or is there a queue? The redeem a deck redeem is there for Gold Stake streaking nights. So if you want to redeem a deck for me to play, go for it. The intent is to screw up potential win streaks. I should probably go to bed since I've contracted the plague or something, so yeah, good night. And if I wake up without my points, I'm making a cancer bomb. That's crazy. Lamau, let's guess. Probably black deck, huh? Anaglyph, my beloved. Okay, I can refund that because Anaglyph is next in like the queue of decks. That's the next one anyway. Yeah, if you just want Anaglyph, I can refund that. Or we can just play it twice in a row, I guess. It's up to you. I can either refund it, because we're playing it after this regardless, so I can either just refund you, or I can play it twice in a row. Completely up to you. I await my reversal redeem. Damn, I keep forgetting that. I guess 2 times. Okay, we're going to play back-to-back Anaglyph deck. This is interesting. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Let's discard these so that I can continue to maybe get business card value. This is not looking all that great for getting business card value, I'm not going to lie. This might be the worst business card to ever business card in the history of business cards. But as long as I get like a little bit of money off of it, I'm okay. This wins, right? Just to clarify. This is 57 times 23. That's upwards of 1,000 points. So yeah, that wins. Play the pair for business card. When I play black deck, hologram Eternal Blueprint show up in the first shop. Dude, easily the most infuriating part of black deck. Okay, this profited, so in theory we could keep this and not pay rent. I think probably when we have investment tag, we just want to get to interest as fast as possible. I guess I could have played a high card for an extra $2 there. That was maybe a misplay, but oh well. 30 times 20 is 600, right? Could be evil and redeem black. That's kind of what the intent that I had with that redeem. Okay. On any other deck, we just take Sly Joker here. I mean, I'm taking Sly Joker here anyway because it's chips. But on any other deck, we just take Sly Joker here and then we just play pairs for literally the rest of the run and we're chilling. Painted deck with -1 Joker slot. Is that possible? Most definitely. Is it the best line necessarily? I don't think so. I sure love pair builds on painted deck. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we get like a hologram or like a constellation that gives us like insane X-Molt, then pairs are fine. But usually on painted deck, I think 2 pair is just like strictly better. This is very much a Venus build. That's kind of what I'm thinking. The halvesies with 3 of a kind. If we get better plus molt down the road, like if I get a Grimbo in the next shop or some shit like that, this could still be 2 pair, and I think I would pivot into 2 pair because I think it's ever so slightly more playable, more consistent. But like 3 of a kind on painted deck is not bad whatsoever, right? 50 chips still holds for a bit. You said you're getting it. Yeah, we're getting it no matter what. Bad news chat, Taco Bell randomly canceled my interview. No job. That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Bro said driving in my car. Hello. Also, Dragonheart, if you're still in here, I was kind of like I was trying to grind out the first ante and not throw the run. You asked for tips on black deck gold stake. I'm just gonna keep it a stack, man. I'm just gonna keep it real. I mean, you can see my gold stake stats on stream right now on screen. You can see how much I play gold stake. I have like almost 700 hours in this game. I still don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I don't know how to consistently win black deck gold stake. I really wish I did. I really wish I could help you out, but I have like no definitive information. Yeah, I don't know, bruh. Hey, Shock, why didn't we play Cuphead yesterday after I fell asleep? Because everybody else in chat wanted to play Balatro. Okay, probably I'm taking this clearance sale right off the bat because there's shit that I want to buy in the shop. Is Arcana Pack or Celestial Pack better ROI? Probably Arcana Pack. I guess in theory we can take both here. Tempe for $2 is ass. Fool gives us nothing, so we're making a gold card. Probably if we are forced to build around a specific rank. This is like Giga min-maxing. You probably don't need to worry about this at all. But if we are forced to build around a specific rank, face cards tend to be pretty good, generically. Lots of common synergies. It's not like, you know, aces and 5s and 3s maybe, where like, yeah, you get hacked builds with that, but, you know, that's an uncommon piece, and then you also have to have like more shit for that to matter. Probably we just gold card. Reset for investment tag is good, but still not consistent, but I also dislike resetting. Yeah, if you don't care about resetting, probably skipping resetting for big blind investment tag. But like I don't know. I just think resetting is kind of mid. We get a Uranus, we get a Mars, we get a Neptune. Well, none of these work with half Joker, so we don't care about any of these for right now, but I did say before that I could be convinced to pivot into 2 pair. So probably I just take this Uranus card, go next. Could have also skipped to keep Devil in our Fool, but probably that doesn't matter. I could take a top-up tag, but there's really no reason not to. With Sly Joker halvesies, we're winning this entire blind. No ifs, ands, or buts. So like, there's always the chance that we get something better than these two, and if that's the case, that's like cool. But it's a little rash, maybe. A little bold when we don't have to be bold. Just ship the pair. Smash or pass blueprint? Smash all day, dude. Are you kidding me? Giga min-maxing is how you win Black Deck Gold Stake. Even then, I mean, sometimes you just get... That's like what I don't like about Black Deck, man. Every time I make like a YouTube short complaining about Black Deck and being like, oh, Black Deck needs a rework because it's so difficult, there's always people in the comments that are like, oh, you just don't like Black Deck because you suck. And like, yeah, that's kind of true, but also like, all of the other difficult decks, like Painted Deck, like Plasma Deck on Gold Stake, they at least have like unique playstyles that are also like built-in ways to counteract how they work, right? Like Plasma makes it more difficult because of the immense scoring that you need, but Plasma also has a unique playstyle where it's like, oh, you know, high planet levels reward you quite a bit. You need like you can chips max to get all the way through Gold Stake. So like playing 2 pair and stuff like that is a way to counteract the bad side of Plasma Deck. Or like Painted Deck is like, okay, you get -1 Joker slot, but +2 hand size makes, again, the bigger, more risky hands far more consistent. So even though you're like technically scoring less because you have less Jokers, bigger hands being more consistent kind of means that that's not the case, especially the case on like straight builds, right? Black Deck is literally just, hey, your advantage is +1 Joker slot. +1 Joker slot is broken, but it's not like Painted Deck Plasma Deck where it matters right off the bat, right? Plasma especially, its upside matters right off the bat because you can utilize the balancing mechanic and you can just play a flush every single blind in ante 1 and get out. Black Deck is literally just like, it's strict downside until like ante 4 or 5. And because it's strict downside until then, the amount of runs where you actually make it to ante 4 or 5 drastically decreases. Judgment Start really goes a long way. Yeah, Judgment Start is really good. That's like what I don't like about Black Deck is that it's so oppressive in the early game for econ. Like early game Gold Stake is already like the first 2 or 3 antes can make or break entire runs, and Black Deck does so much to hinder you from doing anything. Like I say it until I'm blue in the face. If you beat the blind in Black Deck Gold Stake, you cash out your like $2 or whatever you get for beating it in the small blind in one hand. You go into the shop, there's nothing, there's like a Fool that has nothing and like, I don't know, a Neptune card in the shop, and then you rip the guaranteed Buffoon pack and it's 2 Eternal Rentals. Unless it's like Eternal Rental mail-in, you're just cooked, like right off the bat. Like Black Deck is the only deck in the entire game where like Painted Deck, it can be a skill diff. Plasma Deck, it can be a skill diff because they're both like difficult to pilot decks, but they still give you something to work with right at the start. Black Deck is like the only deck in the game that I truly just think you can get bad RNG with and just be destined to lose. Like the amount of seed, it seems like Black Deck has a disproportionate amount of seeds where you could literally take the best Balatro player of all time, sit them down, play Black Deck Gold Stake, and if they just get like remotely bad RNG, they wouldn't be able to do anything, right? That's why I don't like Black Deck, because it just seems like it just seems like a coin flip the majority of the time. Anyway, rant over. You can win it probably more than 90% of the time if you're good enough. I would be shocked. I would be focused shocked if anybody had that high of a win rate on Black Deck Gold Stake. I would be focused shocked if anybody had above a 50% win rate on Black Deck Gold Stake. And everybody's going to say Doc Spectered. As far as I know, that's not the case. I could be completely mistaken, obviously. I don't watch all of Doc's runs over his shoulder. But, like, I doubt that Doc has a 50% win rate or higher on Black Deck. Doc has a 100% win rate. Yeah, for sure. Black Deck actively hurts you. It does until it doesn't, but you don't make it to the point where it becomes an upside, like hardly ever on Gold Stake. Anyway, that was a very long rant. I apologize. Probably we take the Judgment card, especially after clearance sale. There's really no reason not to. Maybe I take the Arcana pack first since we're blocking Judgment. Probably I don't want a Judgment from the Arcana pack, so it doesn't matter that we're blocking it, and maybe blocking it gives us money here. We have a Fool, which I don't really want Uranus at this point, so probably not taking the Fool. We have a Wheel, but probably we're rotating out of both of these jokers at some point in the maybe distant future, or in the maybe near future, so probably I don't want Wheel. Probably I don't want Wheel. Let's just take a Priestess, I guess, and we get the Uranus fed to us anyway. Okay. I can rip this for a Venus card, sell both the planets for the Judgment, and we still have interest cap, so probably that's what I do. Wow. We're seeing 7 planet cards right now. Venus and what's the other planet card? Venus and Earth are the only ones missing. That's really cool for us. Probably I'm just taking Mercury, I guess. Let's take the Judgment. Wrathful Joker, that's horrible. Let's go. And then I guess I'll sell Uranus because I wouldn't mind seeing that pop back up in like the shop or Celestial packs or what have you. Anyway, let's go next. We have a gold card in deck, so probably I do one of these and try and find the gold. We don't find the gold, so let's just ship the 3 of a kind. Watch Raised Fist come up on 10 hand size. He actually said he has a 20% win rate on Black Deck. Yeah, I would see that. Chat distracting again? Geez, nah, it's fine. It's 100% my fault just because I'm very passionate about Black Deck, man. Wrathful putting in work, true. I've lost even with what should be overpowered builds when I top deck horribly. I mean, that I can see being like ever so slightly more of a skill diff thing, because I feel like you can definitely still counteract bad top decks on Black Deck, but like, sometimes you can't. I can definitely see where you're coming from. I think a lot of the times Black Deck just has to do with bad shop RNG. Onk the halvesies. We're not onking the halvesies. Notably, because we are on specifically painted deck, Bloodstone into a Spectral pack, hoping for Onk, is like actually not a bad play at all, because Flush is probably like the most consistent hand of all time on painted deck. That being said, Bloodstone gives me nightmares for how many times it just refuses to proc in my runs. So that's maybe a line that could be considered correct, but I'm not taking that shit because I hate Bloodstone with a burning passion. He sucks. I don't like him. Are 2 random planets worth $5 to me? If you asked me that question, maybe ante 6, ante 7, I'd say yes, but at this point in the game, probably not. I hate Bloodstone. I'm glad that people are starting to become Bloodstone haters, man. Vamp? Vamp could be cool. I don't hate Vamp 2 pair, or Vamp 3 of a kind actually works pretty well as well. Maybe not as well as Vamp 2 pair, but like it still works. Probably I just take Vamp into Celestial pack here. I like that. Okay, we do end up getting the Onk. The Onk is kind of buns, I'm not gonna lie. Best case scenario for early game, we're onking halvesies. Best case scenario for late game, we're onking vampire. If we onk the halvesies, we lose the vampire, and then we probably lose the run like ante 4 or 5. If I onk the vampire, we just lose right now, unless I pop this Mars card, and then we top deck like back-to-back 4 of a kinds. Probably the best play here is Familiar, because there are no face cards in our hand, so we know we're not destroying a face card. So Familiar here gives us direction towards building towards face cards for 3 of a kinds, because it's going to guarantee that at least one of these is going to have like more than 4 ranks, right? More than 4 copies, which makes 3 of a kind more prevalent. And also it spawns all the face cards with shit that Vampire can zuck. So probably I just go Familiar. I think Skip is also a viable option here, but I don't. On Painted deck as well, when we're seeing on average slightly more cards because of the hand size, I think Familiar is fine. Double Vamp is useless because of how its scaling works. Familiar every time. I keep forgetting that, man. I should know that at this point. I just don't use Vampire enough, I guess. Okay, we got a king, another king, and a queen. I'm cool with that. They're all enhancements that I don't really care about stripping off either. If this was maybe like a gold king or something, I think gold is really powerful in Gold Stake, Smash-like. So probably I'd be hesitant to strip that off, but like glass and molten bonus cards, at least for this early in the game. Don't really care about stripping that type of shit off. Probably I keep 6s here, but I try and go for the kings. There's a decent straight angle here. I could also sack 2 hands to scale the vamp. If we're sacking hands here, let's just do this first. Okay, I guess I don't have to sack hands. Well, I could still sack it on the glass card, and then I guess my question would be, is $1 W voice crack, is $1 from the hand that we're sacking worth times 0.1 mult? If we're thinking about this in terms of other scaling mult jokers, usually it is. Like Constellation, planet cards are worth $2 right now, but normally they're worth 3, and then Constellation gives you times 0.1 mult. So I think 1 for 0.1 in terms of X mult is a pretty good ratio. Probably we just ship this for the vamp. Zuck him. And then we can ship this for the vamp, and this probably also gets us out. You could have argued that we could have sacked another hand to get gold there, but when we only have 1 gold card in the deck, probably that's just not a good ROI. The missed Ankh Bloodstone hurts me as a multiplayer player. Oh, if this was a multiplayer game, I would... Bro, you could definitely shit on me for that. But in Gold Stake, hell no. Especially in win streaks. I know damn well that on this run, when I have my best all-time Gold Stake win streak, I would have Ankh Bloodstone, and it would proc, like, literally once, and I would just die. Ankh Vampire is bad. Yeah, only 1 scales. Did somebody say that? Yes, somebody in Twitch chat or YouTube chat said that. Sorry. Should have done Spectral before Vamp. Why? Because then we Ankh halvesies. Then we don't have chips though, so I don't think it actually ends up mattering. I would rather have chips for right now until we, especially when we're whiffing all of our Venuses so far. Hello, Dusty. Welcome in. Okay, 12 clams. Burger? How do we feel about burger, chat? I think we take it, at least for the time being. I think for right this second, we definitely take burger, right? Because it doesn't hurt us at all. In fact, for right now, we don't have any like purple seals in our deck, so losing discards doesn't really hurt. And the +3 hands allows us to see more cards in our deck, which is pretty fire, and also more leftover hands is more econ. Wrathful's already not doing like anything. Probably we just slot this burger in. Money is king on gold, and this is money for now. Yeah, exactly. From understanding, this is just going to be trial and error until I win. I wish I could give you better advice. But yeah, that's been my experience, and that's been a lot of people's experiences. I will recommend Balatro University on YouTube. They're widely regarded as the smartest Gold Stake player of all time. So I would maybe recommend going to their channel and looking at some of their Black Deck Gold Stake runs and seeing if you can, you know, maybe pick up some things that I didn't. But aside from that, yeah, I personally feel like Black Deck Gold Stake is just a lot of RNG. Obviously, there's a lot of skill intensity as well, but I would say it's like an even 50-50. You can play perfectly on Black Deck Gold Stake and still lose. Great at explaining as well, Doc. Yeah, Doc is my favorite Balatro creator, 100%, and it's not close. Actually, it is pretty close because a lot of the multiplayer people that are like smaller are also really fun. But Balatro University is like who I watch YouTube videos of as opposed to like stream content. Balatro, you just did a Gold Stake vid on Black Deck? Huge. Well then, yeah, I would recommend that. Bean is my favorite creator. I will say Bean is underrated, I think. I like Bean. I watch more so Bean's streams. I don't watch many of his vids, but I do like his vids as well. Let's take the burger. Hieroglyph, if we want to keep the burger for the rest of time, is definitely something that we could do. And in fact, with a vampire, maybe we decide to keep the burger for the entire run and we just take Hieroglyph. I think Hieroglyph is definitely that powerful. So I wouldn't hate that. Let's see if we can get a blue seal from the standard. We get a lucky card that we can strip lucky off of. I would rather not crowd the deck if we're playing like 3 of a kind, though. If we were playing 2 pair, I would not care as much about just taking random bullshit. But on 3 of a kind, I think deck crowding could probably bite me in the ass. I can't sleep anymore without a Raffle vid. Kappa, that's crazy. Okay, we finally hit our first Venus card. Let's keep pair as a backup plan, and then we take Venus as our second pick so that we can put it in potential future fools. Go next. Okay, we find a pair of kings that we can strip Molt off of. The vampire can do some zucking. Vaga's heavily underrated too. Yeah, Vagabond is criminally underrated, IMO. I love Vagabond. This might just get us out. So we're scoring lowest possible 3 of a kind. Made us, what, 3,400 points there, give or take? So we're doing fine to get out of this blind. Probably I always take the Justice card for the Vamp. And then I can take both of these packs and not feel too bad about it. Let's take the standard first. I could take a rock, but on a Vamp run, I think, again, that just serves as deck filler. So let's go in here now. $7 Tempe. Is that better? Am I willing to exchange $7 for 1 Vamp trigger? Probably not. Probably that $7 can buy us quite a few Vamp triggers later on. Grimbo. I don't like that Grimbo is rental. Otherwise, I would honestly take him here because Grimbo's kind of goated. But Grimbo being rental here, I don't know about that. Honestly, though, we have level 3 pair. We have level 2, 3 of a kind. We already said that we're kind of committed to Glumbus. Honestly, we could take Grimbo here. The rental kind of annoys me. But we could take Grimbo here and probably be fine. Probably we could even take it over Sly Joker. Grimbo Burger, the synergy streamer. It's really good synergy. I just hate rentals. But sometimes you gotta ask yourself, would I take this if it wasn't a rental? And all signs point to yes for me. And we're gonna have the extra money from Burger anyway. No, because rental. I'm gonna take it. I think it's fine if you didn't take it, but I think with Burger, the synergy is just too good. And Sly Joker just ends up being garbage anyway after we get, like, 1 more planet card, essentially. For either pair or 3 of a kind. So probably we just do this, go next. Sell halvesies and go back in time. I don't think we need to go back in time yet. I will be going back in time, but I want to try and save interest cap if I can. Maybe that won't happen. Who knows? Let's use the glass card and then get Vamp to do a little Zuckin. Okay. Pair is 2,100 points. That's pair of face cards, but like still. Pretty good, pretty good. I can play 3 of a kind and probably get out here with the extra planet level. Ooh, just barely not. Tragic. Off by 17 points. What's up, gang? I'm late. What's up, Schmeckles? 13 clams. The Empress. Okay, there's a lot that I want to spend money on this shop, and if I want to maintain interest cap, I can't spend money on all of it. 13 bucks already puts us at, because I really want this mega standard for potential blue seals. Blue seals just make this run free. And I also do really want this hieroglyph, but that already puts us at below interest cap for Grimbo. But this is like far too enticing for me to pass up. Maybe I just take these and then sell the Mars. I also really want the Empress card, but maybe if we're going back in time, we don't need the Empress card right now, and we can just let him simmer so that we can build up some more X-Molt on the Vampire. The house is a little annoying, but probably we don't care because we're gonna be going back in time here. Let's take the Mega Standard. Unlucky. That's just a full skip. That's actually so sad. Let's go back in time. And then I can sell you to go back up to interest, or I can buy you for times 0.2 X-Molt. Probably if we're going back in time, I should just be worried about interest. We probably don't need the extra X-Molt. Vampire will scale completely fine later in the game. I think this is a completely fine play. Just barely don't get out here. I'm going to play lower cards because we know we have this gold face card if we just happened to top deck it. So probably I don't want to play the higher cards. We didn't end up top decking it. That's okay. As someone very bad with gold stake, is it ever a good idea to play trash hands to scale jokers like Grimbo and Bus? Honestly, I don't know. That's like one thing that I kind of want to just like test. I think it's usually, I mean, like, if you need to, if you're really struggling for score, obviously probably do it. But also if you're struggling for score, probably having more money just helps more so you can find better jokers. I would say probably don't sack hands to scale the Grimbo. Unless you're, like, also generating value. Like, if we had a blue seal in our deck right now, obviously I'd be sacking hands to the Grimbo just to find the blue seal. But if you don't have anything of value in your deck and you're just shitting out hands for the plus molt strictly, again, not a gold stake pro by any means, but me personally, I would probably stray away from that. There's probably runs where you get punished more or less for it than others. But overall, I think that's probably not the best play. Liquidation is so good this early, especially on a Vamp run. Probably I just take that right away. The Needle, in theory, looks scary, but the Burger actually procs after the Needle does its thing, so we have 4 hands going into the Needle, which is really funny. So the Needle is actually a complete nothing Burger here. It's essentially just a repeat of last Anti's boss, but, like, it's essentially just a repeat of this small blind. I don't care that you're not a pro. You have a much better win-loss on gold stake compared to me, so thanks for the advice. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Okay, let's take Spectral Pack. Probably I don't take List because List makes halvesies really bad. It could be good in theory with Burger. But I also don't want to get rid of halvesies for it, and that's probably what I would be getting rid of. So here's the thing. Medium does literally nothing for us. Both of these do literally nothing for us. Like, actually zip. The difference is if we rotate out of Burger, which we're probably not going to do, but essentially what I'm getting at here is I think Medium has the potential, if we have to pivot into like a different non-Burger build, I think Medium has more potential to do something here. So probably I just put medium on a queen, but what more than likely ends up happening is both of those do nothing. These are all pretty bad, but we'll take Uranus because I think it's the least bad. Again, you could probably take List here with Burger, maybe sell Grimbo, maybe sell Halvesies. Probably you'd be selling Grimbo. I'm not going to because that feels risky, but it is quite a lot of money if you get the top decks. So I would not fault anybody for doing so or for wanting to do so, right? One gold card in the deck. Again, probably not worth sacking hands here, so let's just try and get out. 2 pairs does it. And we end up top decking a 3 of a kind anyway. Whichever one you choose will be less relevant. True. Does anyone know the name of the mod that lets you search the Joker's collection? I have no idea what that would be. YouTube commenters, if you know what it is, let me know. Shock, can you shut the fuck up, please? I want to watch a cutscene in Silksong. The world revolves around me. I'm taking away your mod badge. Anyway, we're taking this Magician because that's really good for Vamp. I'll take this Mercury card just because this with Burger specifically, we could just end up playing pairs on this build. If we get another like 3x Molt Joker or like a hologram over Vamp, I'm just selling halvesies and then we play pairs. But for right now, when we're still pretty much locked into Venus, it serves as a planet block. So that's fine. Okay, Hermie card is definitely worth more to me than anything else in this pack. So we can do this. Finally got Completionist ++, bros. What do I do now, bros? Mods. If you want my recommendation, play some Balatro multiplayer. They have a fire ranked system, and I think Balatro multiplayer is a very fun way. If you're not wanting to play any more vanilla after getting Completionist, I think multiplayer is still like a competitive way that you can play the game in a different light. So I would highly recommend the Balatro multiplayer mod. Join the Discord again, because they have like a whole ranked system in the Discord. Very fun. Man, these are just not good tarot cards in the shop. I'm going to keep it a stack. Okay. The problem with this is that it scales really poorly. So if I want to sell halvesies with this, and then we can just play pairs with both of these because these both are really good late game, but they're really bad early game. So I don't know how good of a thing, like how good of a decision that is. But these are both like incredibly busted, so I'm still making it. And if it ends up killing me, it ends up killing me. It's just GGWP, especially with a planet in the pocket. We can still use this to planet block. We can open this. Probably out of all of these, we take high card, I guess. This is a Schizo Yap stream. He ain't reading shit. No, I'm just kind of locking in. Mr. Shock, when does it start getting better? That's wild. I'm sorry, Hand. Do you want to feed Vamp? Yeah, Vamp and Constellation is incredible. I'd be down to try that. Will it affect my save at all? Raffles' horror story of messing up his save and losing his stickers got me worried. I will say, if you're worried about it at all, make a separate profile just in case. But I will also say, this is the profile that I'm playing on right now for Gold Stake win streaks is the same profile that I've made ever since I bought the game, like 8 months ago or whenever that was. 10 months ago, probably at this point, actually. And Balatro multiplayer, no mod for that matter has ever affected my save file. So probably you don't have to worry about it. I would say if you are still worried about it, just make a new profile, like a separate profile, and that's completely fine. But I've never had a problem with that, and I have played a lot of Balatro multiplayer and also like a ton of mods outside of that. All right, let's just go next here. Do we want the investment tag? Honestly, our money's set. We have jokers that are really good. I'm going to say probably not. I think with our X-Molt pieces, I think this is another like decision here where if you took the investment tag, probably it's completely fine. Probably you still live and everything is like hunky-dory. But I think just because our X-Molt pieces scale so slowly, relatively speaking in the early game specifically, I think I would like the extra Grimbo Molt that playing this big blind is going to generate. So we'll just go next here. Whether or not that's actually the correct play, I don't know, but it feels like the correct play to me. Okay, pairs 1,800 points without halvesies. Oh, wait, I don't have halvesies. I can cycle all my cards. Oh my god. Wait, this is so pog. 3 of a kind is 1,600 points. So at this point in time, pairs are worth the same amount as 3 of a kinds. So probably I just always ship the pairs. Okay. Pairs like in the 2,000 points range. We get another Mercury card. Probably I'm just committing to pairs when I have both of these. So instead of planet blocking with this Mercury, I think I'm just going to use the Mercury here. Yo, inferior me, how many hours you have on the Balatro demo? None, actually. I hopped on Balatro post 2024 Game Awards when it got nominated for actually everything. I didn't play the demo at all. I was a very late adopter, all things considered. We also have liquidation, so literally every planet card that we ever see, we're just taking for the entire run. Do I want a Luchador? Not right now. Do I want to rotate out of something for a speculative Luchador? Not unless next blind is either the wall or the eye. And if that happens, it's just kind of GG. Like, not much we can do about that. I can play this pair. Actually, probably I just go for the high pair here so I can maintain monies. So I'll ship these guys. Nice. Okay, so pair of face cards is 36 hundo. Been texting my therapist a lot. At this point, she's the only person with whom I'm comfortable talking to. You're chilling, you're chilling. No worries. If you ever want to, you know, if you ever want to chat with anybody in Discord, I'm sure there would be people open to listen, myself included. I say this quite a bit. My DMs are always open to you guys. If you want to chat about, you know, what have you, whatever. Probably always take Grabber. It's especially with it being $5 because of liquidation. It's just free money. But it's also free Grimbo scaling and free scoring. Gold Blue Seal. Whee! Is it just me or is Vampire very underwhelming? It's in a weird spot because I think it scales really slowly. It has the potential, especially when you get it as early as we did. It has the potential to be very good and very strong. But a lot of time it feels like it scales really badly. So I like it. I would actually say it's probably, I don't know if I would say it's an above average X-Molt piece. It just feels awkward sometimes, but I'm a fan. Those DMs are only reserved for hate comments. Please excuse yourself. That's crazy. Do you need chips or are you good? No, we have, with Burger giving us the extra hands, we have enough hands to where we can get out of the blind, and we have level 5 pair, which is giving us 70 chips. So probably we don't need a chip joker at this point. Probably more than likely, unless we have to do some like crazy pivoting to avoid a boss blind. More than likely this is probably just our build for the entire game. Yeah, I don't know. Had a fun vampire run with 5-of-a-kind King Midas Mask Kings to make him scale decently. Dude, Midas Vamp is so funny. The problem with him is that he doesn't scale enough for what he takes away. I don't know. I disagree. It just kind of depends. Unless you're playing Midas Mask Vampire, I usually don't strip gold from cards because I think gold gives you, on average, a gold card is going to give you more money to buy better enhancements for the vampire to suck on, as opposed if you just feed it gold, right? Like if you feed it a gold card, that's minus $3 for times 0.1 molt, when a lot of the times, you know, tarot cards cost $3 in the shop, Arcana packs cost $4, and there's a lot of tarot cards that could give you times 0.2 molt. So I think usually feeding the vampire gold is not the best play. You can still do it if you like really need the scoring, but generally I think the money that they the money that gold cards generate. It's just much more worth to keep them in your hand, even on vampire runs. What boss blind would hurt? Wall is really hard here. The eye might actually kill us if we get it later on. I think the eye right now would be fine. The eye later on would suck. C++ check-in sitting at a healthy 87%. Really appreciate the pairs hand now. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're that deep. Very good. Does Vamp eat additions like foil and polychrome? No. Only enhancements like molt cards and gold and stuff like that. Vampire will not eat polychrome or foil or any of that ever. Nor does it eat like seals. So if you play like a red seal polychrome glass king, for example, it'll eat the glass, but the red seal and the polychrome will still be intact. Probably I roll down here. We get a marble joker. Dude, standard pack, spectral pack, marble joker. This would be a crazy hologram setup. If I find a hologram this run, I'm going to be crestfallen. Probably I don't want any deck clutter because of the blue seal being in the deck. I just really want to find that blue seal. Incantation is another example of like we could take this and get vampire scaling, but I think probably the gold seal here is just better. I don't want the I don't want the deck thinning or the deck crowding. Even if it's for enhanced cards, I don't want the deck crowding if we have a blue seal, because we need to be able to find our blue seal as easily as possible. Uni starts from tomorrow. I'm gonna lose this streak now. Unfortunate. You're chilling though. No worries. Hand with 3-stream streak. Appreciate it. Chose to drop in and say hi. Doing an art assignment right now. Was supposed to be asleep an hour ago. Oh, jeez. Bro, I appreciate you saying hi, but go to bed. Go to bed. Well, I guess if you're doing an assignment right now, you kind of can't. That's what it is. Don't Vampire and Glass Joker go just so well together? No, Vampire strips the glass before the glass does its thing. You do not get the ×2 molt or the, like, break the deck fixing from glass cards breaking. If Vamp strips it, glass just doesn't do anything. Also, welcome in Attic Mouse. Vampire can be good at ×2, doesn't need to reach huge numbers to be worth the slot. I mean, we're on painted deck, so this is like the one time where maybe I would disagree with that. But on an average run where you have 5 Joker slots, 100% what that chatter just said. Absolutely. On the average run, you take Vampire with like one other, like, of the ×3 molt Jokers, like Vampire and Chalkboard. Even if Vampire is only like a ×1.6, like it is right now, Vampire and Chalkboard is like so much better than like Vampire and a plus molt Joker, right? Or Chalkboard and a plus molt Joker. Be really funny if Misprint changed its RNG based off of Oops All Sixes. I would love that, dude. I hate Misprint. I'm now wondering why you have purple seals. I didn't take a purple seal from a pack. The only purple seal that we got was from a spectral pack. That I just put on an already existing card, and the only other card in said spectral pack was Sigil. So even though we literally can't use it, it's the correct play. Temperance at $4 is such a kick in the dick, but it is what it is. We could have done a better planet block there potentially, and we potentially got punished for it. But it is what it is. Yeah, we could have done a slightly better planet block. Duo is better than both of these X-Molt scalers for the time being, but A, it's a rental, so I'm not taking it anyway, but B, both of these guys, probably at the end of next ante, are going to be both better than Duo, so I don't think we ever take Duo. Let's make a glass card, because everything else in that Arcana pack was doo-doo stink. That was horrible. Let's hang some cards, because we really need to find this blue seal. I don't want to play the 3 of a kind here because of the mouth. Mouth only allows us to play pairs, so probably I just ship pair. My favorite run by far has been a pair of Eternal Polychrome eggs with a Madness, just a crazy dude and his 2 gay eggs. Dude, I unironically think Eternal Egg is such a fire Joker to take. As long as you're not on like a weird, like if you're on an above average deck, I think you can take an Eternal Egg and never get punished for it. And it's so funny. Like, obviously, you can low roll and just get cooked, but dude, 1 Temperance with an Eternal Egg, and it's just completely worth it. You essentially just sell a Joker slot for like 50 bucks, which is like, that. It doesn't sound worth it, but like in the majority of runs, I would say that's worth it. Imagine the big swashbuckler. I don't like Egg Swash, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like a bad combo in my head. I don't know if it actually is because I never use it because I'm prejudiced, but I just don't like it. Welcome in, Amphi. How would misprint change even? Just double all molt values, only roll above 12, I guess. Gift card swash way better. Yeah, I like gift card swash. Swash gift card is actually crazy. Yeah, swash gift card is crazy because you can just keep gift card for like an ante, sell it, get a bunch of money from the gift card, but then also all of the other sell value stays. So then Swash ends up being like the equivalent of a scaling Molt Joker. Swash gift card, I think, is unironically like pretty damn good. But Swash, I've never had a Swash egg run where I've felt like it's done anything spectacular. It always just kind of feels okay. Fool gives us times 0.1 on the Constellation. Hierophant gives us times 0.2 on the Vamp. Everything else here is just kind of bad. So probably we just Hierophant some 10s. I don't think it really matters what we Hierophant there. The arm could actually be really frustrating here. I don't like that. I don't like the arm. I can do one of these. How much are we getting for one pair? 75 hundo. I mean, that's still not bad with Burger, but I would love to maybe get some blue seals in my hand. Man, that's just tragic. We haven't seen this blue seal one time, which, like, our deck is pretty crowded, so I'm not mad at it, but I'm a little frustrated. Swash Egg is basically just a slow red card that takes up 2 slots, aka mid. Yeah, 100%. Unless the egg is polychromed or foil. Right. What's focusing my Shockerinos? What's up, K? Welcome in. Let's take a reroll here for a planet block. That deck could be 40 and that blue steel will still stay hidden. Yeah, true. He's mostly reading YouTube. Well, for once in a blue moon, YouTube is the more prevalent chat base, it would appear. How many standard packs have I opened and we've got 1 blue seal? And spectral packs, for that matter. Hello? I mean, we got a gold blue seal, so, like, I can't complain that much, but, like, please? Okay, we get the blue seal top deck this time. That's cool. I'll take that. And a lot of gold cards. Okay, maybe I'll clam up here. Maybe I'll clam up here. Let's ship this. Okay, we're getting 12k on a hand. Let's play you. You should be the last thing that we need to play. Literally all of the value in my deck is in my hand. Okay. Not a fan of YouTube chatters. That's crazy. I got Blender to freeze. I think that means I won. That means you won? Hello? Okay, cash out. Showman? Probably not. There's no point in... We can't block anything in standard packs, obviously, so there's no point in not just taking both of these. I guess unless we reroll into, like, a hologram or something, which that shit's not happening. Misprint. Horrible. One more reroll. Man, that entire series of shops was just horrible. What could I play that's, like, a somewhat equivalent to pair? I could hunt for 3 of a kinds here, which I think I might just do because I really don't want to downgrade my pair level. Downgrading my pair level here makes me quite sad, if I'm being honest. Let's... This 2 pair isn't going to score shit, though, because this is 40 chips before scoring cards. I mean, I guess our X-Molt pieces are not that bad, our Molt pieces in general. Let me just ship this and see what it scores. Twitch sucks, YouTube W. That's wild, man. Okay. This is unfortunate. Let's sack one more hand, and then we probably need to lock in after this. Best case scenario, we get another 10. Worst case scenario, we don't draw shit. That's an issue. Probably I could go for the 10s here. Ship a jack as well. Straight. We could go for the straight, but straight doesn't give us any more chips than like 2 pair would have. So like, I don't know if it's necessarily that worth it. I guess we can always try it. Straight also cuts into a lot of our 3 of a kind potential here though, and our 3 of a kind is just as strong as our pair. I think we never play straight. Maybe it's a fine play, but I'm not gonna make it. Let's sack 1 pair level here and just hope that we get the blue seal, I guess, to offset it. Okay, we get the blue seal. Let's play the 3 of a kind, and then hopefully we can follow it up with a pair, get a Mercury card, and it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Net loss 1 pair level. All things considered, playing burger pairs probably could have gone a lot worse. I still would have liked to have lost 0 pair levels, but realistically that probably wasn't happening, so I'm fine with what just happened here. Tarot Merchant is a blessing and a curse because it allows us to scale the vamp more efficiently, but it also blocks some planets from the shop for constellation. Probably I don't really care about that though, because we're going to be getting, even with only 1 blue seal in the deck, we can expect to supplement. Like, planets are already pretty infrequent in the shop. So probably I can expect to supplement the planets from the shop with just blue seals. So probably, and like, we're not rotating out of these jokers ever, more than likely. So probably Tarot Merchant is just strictly good here for scaling the vamp. Let's take the Lover's card. Let's take the Tarot Merchant. Hello, Zalutsky. Welcome in. Black deck sucks. I've changed my mind. Yeah, no, black deck is buns, bro. Black deck sucks. It's fact, not opinion. Thank you, chat. Thank you. On Jod, man. Okay, we can make some molt cards for the vamp. I mean, we can open this Buffoon pack, but what are we expecting here? Literally, the only thing that I would take from a Buffoon pack right now is like Blueprint Brainstorm for more hands. And I guess more molt. That's like literally the only thing that I would give a remote shit about from Buffoon pack. So probably we just go next. Because what are the odds that it's actually, you know, a blueprint, right? Let's make a wild 2. Let's ship the pair of 2s. Actually, there's no reason for me to not just ship this tower right away. So let's ship both of these. Nice. I can play the pair of 8s. We want to cycle as many cards as possible every hand so that we can find... the gold is cool, but the blue seal is cooler. Black isn't great, but I think Nebula was my least favorite deck to gold stake. The 1 inventory slot is painful. I think black deck is the hands down worst deck in the game from like a win-loss ratio standpoint, but I will agree to some extent that if you're not willing to just go into Nebula deck, like telling yourself, I'm going to play pairs, because if you go into Nebula deck and just try and force pairs, you're probably fine, because Telescope is really good for forcing pairs, and pairs are just kind of broken on gold stake in general. But like, if you want to play anything else other than pairs on Nebula, Nebula is exceedingly annoying to do anything with. I ain't gonna lie. Worst deck in the game is actually Ghost. That's crazy. So I'm not on the Bizarro Shock account. That's crazy, man. Okay, cash out. Sharp would be a decent pivot here, but probably these both end up being better than Sharp. Black is bad, I agree. I just had less fun with Nebula because it's so restrictive. Yeah, absolutely. 100% see that take. Leaked. I don't think Card Sharp is necessarily bad here. Maybe if this was a boss that I was more worried about, I would take Card Sharp. But I think for right now, probably blue seals are gonna, or like planet levels are gonna be more of my concern than just Molt. Because even Card Sharp right now is just like a... It's not that great of an increase. Okay, we'll take this, and then we'll take the Saturn card in the shop. I think more restrictive usually means less fun. Yeah, exactly. Black is awful to start, but at least you can do some fun stuff once you get out of the anti 1-2 trench. Yeah. Dude, the best garbage tag in the land? $1 on the burger run? Absolutely, we take those. Hell yeah. Where burger? It's the Glumbus Joker. Are we still happy with the vamp? Yeah. Good job, Shock. You were my Google shortcut to Twitch. That's awesome. Okay, we'll go next. Please give me this blue seal, man. Dude, I need some hung men. Where are my hung men at? For real, for real. I need some of y'all, bruh. I need this blue seal to pull up more often. Hello? Is the blue seal in the room with us? I was gonna say the same thing, Shock. Dude, it's actually like with a deck this thick, it's not unlikely that we're seeing it this infrequently, but like it's still really annoying. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. Best case scenario is a money hit here. That's not what I meant, but I will take that. You could have argued that Emperor would have been better there, but with 2 tarot cards already, it probably would have only been marginally. So, like, whatever. Make you into glass and make you into wild for the vamp. Ship the pair. There was a hungman in that emp. True. Actually so true. I ain't even gonna lie. Chat's seeing the future. For real, for real. Bro. I'm gonna start slinging high cards, man. This is just actually getting on my nerves. I don't think I need to at this point, but I'm getting a little scared, bruh. I gave up on that assignment. I can't draw. Bro, you got it. Don't give up on the assignment. What? Actually, we're not at interest cap, so maybe I go for the gold just to get us to interest cap. I mean, probably we're fine on money, right? Probably we just want the planet levels. So I think I'm going to ship a couple high cards. And I'm still not going to find that motherfucker, am I? Hello? Okay, not finding it now is something that I feel like I can reasonably crash out about. Like, are we serious? I've gone this far, so I might as well continue. Cool, we won with high card, huge. Bang. Okay, Telescope is like a quasi blue seal. You know what? I'm cool with Telescope here. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I have 1 gold stake win. I'm yellow, obviously. I beat the black deck on white stake, but never in Nebula. I don't think Nebula on lower stakes is necessarily that bad. On higher stakes, I don't even think it's that difficult to pilot. It's just kind of unfun. -1 consumable slot is like a lot more annoying than I think a lot of people realize. Make sure your most played hand isn't high card. Oh, true. It shouldn't be. Yeah, no, we have 36 pairs and 8 high cards. I think we'll manage. Love the 8-ball. Yeah, the 8-ball's fire. Hungman or Temperance. Temperance puts us back into interest cap, but if you want my honest take here, I think Hungman is worth a lot more to me right now than $4. Probably with it being anti-7, though, we could have taken the the Temperance and not felt that bad about it, but it is what it is. Handy tag for 56 bucks is actually kind of enticing, but I need them planet card levels more than I need that bread. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, there's the blue seal. Finally! This pair should just get us out, please. Shock, it's been a year. Do you think Thick of It was actually a bad song? Yeah. I think the jazz rendition of it was actually pretty fire, like the meme jazz rendition. Also, there's the win condition for the alternate Ankh Bloodstone route. I think I don't reroll here. I think I just take the packs, go next. Not crowding the deck anymore. Fight me about it. We can Hierophant for Vamp. We can go next. Rerolling puts me at $27, and then also I can't buy anything without go. Like, I would already be below interest cap, and I can't buy anything without going even more below interest cap. So probably I just never reroll there. Play with pair of sevens. Play the pair of nines, sure. This should just barely not get us out. Now we can play the pair of aces to scale Vamp and get out. Or probably even high card here. Has a decent chance to get us out. But I'm just going to ship high card because like I need this blue seal to pull up, man. Y'all don't understand. Okay, now it doesn't matter, so I'm just going to play... I guess on the off chance that this ace high card somehow doesn't win, I'll just ship this. But this probably wins because last high card was 10k. Yep. Okay. Well, we at least paid for the rent with a gold card. 12 bucks. The hologram that would have been so good, like actually 4 antes ago, finally pulls up. Probably we never take that. Let's take the flush planet card for Constellation. Let's take the Earth planet card for Constellation. Let's take the World to Tarot block. Let's take the Strength to Tarot block. Let's open the Arcana pack in case we get money. I mean, if I'm keeping it a stack, we have 4 blinds until we're done with this run, in theory. Probably the Tower card is just worth more than the Devil card. I guess the Devil card we can still, in theory, get rid of, though. So actually, probably not. Probably the Devil card is just strictly better. And then let's go into this pack and hope for just another blue seal. How many standards have I opened without another blue seal? And Spectrals, bro! High Priestess? Yeah, High Priestess would have been better, actually. That's my fault, gang. Actually, would it have? Probably. There's arguments for Devil card, but probably High Priestess was better. That's all me. That's all me. Alright, play the pair. I can play another pair. And then third pair gets me out, but this leaves me with a lot of high card wiggle room to find blue seal, please? You're in a great spot. Unless we get Vessel, that's what I'm low-key worried about. Vessel shits on me right now. Every other boss is, like, pretty meaningless. Even, like, Crimson Heart, just because, A, we have one Joker that doesn't do anything, and B, we have so many hands that it probably doesn't matter. But Vessel just clowns on me. But if we don't get Vessel, we should be completely chilling. But that's, I mean... It's not, we're not out the gates, so like I'm in my head, this is still not a one run. Just give me the blue seal, man. Like, fuck. Please. Very least a gold card so I can stay above interest cap. Okay. We got the gold. I guess I can't really complain that much. I'm selling so much hand econ for this blue seal, but like, dude, planet levels matter so much right now. You gotta be fisting me. It's debuffed anyway. Why did I even search for it? God damn it. Okay, well. Ship the pair. Well, that was minus like $5 for no reason. That was actually just a huge skill diff on my part. Shock, I'm in Frozen Peaks now on Clash, and I just played against someone with Mega Knight, and it pissed me off. Yeah, get used to that, buddy. Get used to that. Reroll surplus does actually nothing for us. Verdant Leaf. That's probably the boss that we care least about. Calling it right now, because it's not going to matter since it's the anti-8 final boss, but also it's going to giga not matter because I'm not selling anything to Verdant Leaf. We're going to top deck the Blue Seal opening hand on Verdant Leaf. And if that happens, I'm crashing out, I'm retiring, I'm ending stream, I'm never playing Balatro ever again. Just throwing that out there. Let's take the reroll surplus. Let's take the planet for Constellation. Let's take the standard pack. Still no more Blue Seal. Let's go next. I'm going to hold you to that. Do it. I get back to streamer selling already. What do you mean streamer selling? We're doing fine right now. Okay, we top decked it here. Me likey. Me likey. So chill run then? Yeah, pretty much. Another pair presumably gets us out, so we'll ship, or we'll sell the world card. And then we'll play the pair and we get a Mercury card. Probably I could have sacked for more gold, but I don't think it matters that much. It's like a 1 in 5. Yeah, you have 11 hands as well. 11 hands, hello? Is bro pre-firing the blueprint that I'm about to roll into? Damn, I really thought that would work. I really thought I could pull a sneaky on Balatro. Dude, I genuinely want to put this seed into, like, a calculator and just see how many Blue Seals are in the queue. Because goddamn. We have opened, like, every single standard pack this seed since we got interest cap. And there has just been nothing. Oh my god, dude. This is so buns. Oh, 11 hand size. Yeah. Yeah. Probably we priestess here. Let's take the gold card into the priestess. Could also argue emperor, but that's maybe slightly more expected value for slightly less guaranteed value. Actually, probably a lot less guaranteed. A lot less guaranteed value, actually. Guess who caught the flu? That's so sad, man. Welcome in, Rests. Was there a certificate? I don't believe so. I called out Marble Joker because I'm always on the lookout for hologram combo pieces, but as far as I remember, I don't believe there was a certificate at all this run. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, I guess. I feel like most standard packs are nothing. I mean, I still open them. That's probably a habit that I should kick for Gold Stake, but like, A, I'm so multiplayer brained that I have to now. But also, B, just like, I open all of my standard packs in Gold Stake if I have money for them, because Blue Seals are just like actually disgustingly overpowered. It's not even that they're just, it's not even necessarily that they're overpowered. They just do their job quite well. Holy shit. Last pack before the final boss, by the way. That's crazy. Dagger makes a cameo. Hermie card. I guess we're doing this. Maybe could have helped Vampire, but yeah, Blue Seal Search, I get it. Well, we don't have any Chips Jokers, so planet levels right now are more useful to us than the Vamp scaling, which is why I wasn't taking just like random enhancements, because I didn't want to crowd the deck with a bunch of nonsense. We don't need to sell anything here, so I'm not going to, but if I'm playing this like hyper correctly, we sell Burger because he literally doesn't do anything after he gives us the hands. But that's like super giga turbo min-max territory, but like, you know, if we were maybe planning on, if this was like a hypothetical stake in the future that went into like anti-10, that's what we would need. Or if we needed like the X-Molt from Glass or what have you. I guess if it was anti-10, we wouldn't sell the Burger anyway. You guys get what I'm saying, okay?